There's been a lot of talk as of recently regarding the pre-order card we got yesterday. People have been saying, oh, here we go again with a season pass, and here we go again with DLC. Classic Ubisoft, they're planning it before the game's even out. And it's like, I just wanted to talk about it. I just had to talk about it because I feel a lot of people just don't understand, or maybe they just do and I have a different opinion. We're just going to talk about it, and I'll talk about my general opinion on the situation regarding DLC, Season Passes, and Assassin's Creed. So let's go ahead and hop into this video. So on the pre-order card we got yesterday, it was advertising the gold edition of Assassin's Creed Origins. It said it includes the game, the deluxe pack, season pass plus steelbook, and if you reserve it now, you get a bonus pre-order mission of the Secrets of the First Pyramids. So people took to this and they were like, look, this is fucking shit. Ubisoft is shit. They're planning DLC before the game's even out again. Fucking pre-order bonuses, blah blah blah. To me, DLC is not a bad thing at all. Look at games like Skyrim. Look at games like The Witcher 3. Look at games like Mass Effect that do DLC incredibly well. They have a fantastic game. Then after release, they release DLC. They even have pre-order bonuses as well sometimes, things like that, especially Mass Effect did. And I don't think it's an issue. Personally, I do not think it's an issue because you're getting the game regardless. If you pre-order the game, you get an extra mission. You get extra content for pre-ordering the game. That's not a bad thing, that's a good thing. What are you talking about? If you didn't want to pre-order the game, then it's your fault you didn't get the bonus mission. Like, what do you mean? It's a marketing tactic. Like, they're giving you extra content for pre-ordering the game before release. Whereas if you wait until the game's out, you're waiting for the reviews and stuff, meaning they're not going to give you this one tiny bonus piece of content when you buy the game after release, which means you're probably going to even be paying less for the game. To me it's not an issue at all. Plus it'll be a mission you'll be able to get later down the line anyways. Now for the season pass, people are saying, because there's a season pass, it means they've already planned all this DLC. It means they already have DLC. They're going to try and sell it with a season pass. The Witcher 3 did that. Like, what's the issue? The Witcher 3 was a fantastic game. I bought the season pass day one because I wanted more content. Now, people have been saying, of course, yes, The Witcher 3 did do that well, but this is Ubisoft, this is Assassin's Creed. That's a fair argument if we're looking at their past, things they've done in the past regarding, Unity and Syndicate. I understand you. I do understand you. That makes sense. But it doesn't mean that it's a bad thing in general. People immediately see it and like, oh, they've fucked up, they've ruined it. How do you know? How do you know this new model for their new game isn't matching The Witcher 3, isn't tons and tons of content worth your money? How do you know that? You don't know that at this point. So I think people are just jumping to conclusions. They're just judging and saying, oh, they're fucked up already. It's like, they haven't, have they? Because all they're doing is a season pass. Every game under the sun these days has a season pass, has downloadable content. Can you imagine if they didn't do that? That just doesn't, that's not good marketing for a game in 2017. So to me, it makes perfect sense that they'd have a season pass. I always expected it. I expected downloadable content. I expected expansions. I expected pre-order bonuses. That's just what we expect, but it doesn't take away from what the game is. We haven't seen the game yet. This could be the biggest game in human history. It won't be because it's Assassin's Creed and it's Ubisoft, but it could be. It very well could be. We don't know until the game comes out what kind of structure of game they're taking with this game. We don't know. The game could come out and have a ton of content, and this season pass is going to offer even more content. To me, I feel they will be doing something good with the season pass. I don't think it'll be Witcher 3 style, this huge expansion, but I do think that they're going to go with more stuff. I think you're going to pay, £20 here in the UK for a season pass normally, and I reckon with that you'll get a ton of little things here and there, as well as maybe 2 or 3 larger expansions. Very similar to Dead Kings, very similar to Jack the Ripper. I reckon we'll get 2 or 3 of those big expansions to come along with the season pass, as well as a few little things in there as well. Now, as for the pre-order bonus, people are like, oh, pre-order bonuses, blah, blah, blah. People immediately jump to, oh, there's going to be lit with microtransactions and all this shit, and it's like, this doesn't mean anything. Every game has pre-order bonuses. That doesn't make it a bad game. Every game has a season pass and downloadable content, and that doesn't make it a bad game. I understand if you take into consideration Ubisoft's past games and think if it's exactly like that, it's going to be shit. That makes sense. That is an argument, and I do agree with that. If you take in the past games, and if they do it like that, it will be bad. But we don't know that yet. We do not know what this game entails. We don't know the DLC. We don't know the structure. We don't know anything. So until then, I'm just going to hold out hope that they're doing the right thing, that they're making good DLC, they're making a good season pass, that they just know what they're doing. I mean, we don't know this yet, of course, but I'm going to hold out hope that they do know what they're doing, and that we're going to get a decent game and some decent DLC. Now onto the topic of microtransactions. People are really mad. People are saying there's going to be loads of microtransactions, they've fucked up everything, we're just going to see loads of microtransactions. Microtransactions aren't bad at all. In a single player game, microtransactions are not a bad thing. The only time they're considered possibly bad is if you can get extra stuff in a multiplayer game when you're competing against other people quicker than other people if you pay money, and that's what's bad about microtransactions. In the single player, I don't understand why people dislike microtransactions in a single player game. Like, if people want to cheat by using their money to get more things quicker in a single player game, why can't they do that? They're not gonna, like, that doesn't hinder your experience, because you will still play the game how you want to do. You won't cheat, you will get things the slower route, which is how the game's meant to be played. Microtransactions are there to speed up the process. Microtransactions aren't the speed you're meant to get things, and the normal game is a really slow process. If you just play the game without microtransactions, that's how the game is meant to be played. If you buy the microtransactions, you're getting things quicker and sooner than you should, because you're a lazy fuck. The microtransactions aren't bad. They've never been bad. The only time I think they could be bad is Assassin's Creed Unity, because I think that the game was geared towards trying to make people spend their money on things, because to me, the Helix credit system in Assassin's Creed Unity really made it feel like weapons and armor and customization items were difficult to obtain unless you grinded a lot of one mission, or if you just put a lot of time into the game. Whereas there's games like The Witcher 3, I mean, the game doesn't have microtransactions. It's still a challenge to obtain things, but it's a good challenge. It's not Unity where it's like you have to just grind the same mission. It makes sense. And it's the same with things like Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. I think the economy system in that game worked really, really well. It wasn't easy to obtain money, but it wasn't so difficult that you had to just grind. It felt like a process that was natural. It felt systemic. It felt right. And that's the system they need to go with. The only time I dislike microtransactions is when it takes the approach of Assassin's Creed Unity, in which it feels like the game is built to push microtransactions. And that's something that, of course, I really, really dislike. But, again, we don't even know if microtransactions are going to be in the game. Microtransactions, I can't even say the fucking word. We don't even know if microtransactions are going to be in the game. Now, I am pretty much 99.9% sure they will, but that again is not necessarily a bad thing unless it's the model of Assassin's Creed Unity, which I don't think they're going to go with. I genuinely feel they've learned everything from this past game, past two games, and they're going to progress from Unity. They're going to progress using knowledge of Black Flag, what people like, and videos from the community and ideas from the community, because they have been asking, especially for economics, and I made a video on it that Ubisoft watched and said it was very, very helpful, which is good news. Because I did take a lot of points from people in the community, not just myself, and tried to kind of pitch an idea that was good for everyone, not just for me, and I hope that I definitely did that. And hopefully they can take that on board and implement that into the game. And I'm really, really looking forward to what they do. Looking forward to see what they do with the economy system in Assassin's Creed Origins. I'm looking forward to see what they do with DLC in Assassin's Creed Origins. If it's like similar to The Witcher 3, Skyrim, something like Final Fantasy 15 possibly. In terms of the structure and modeling of downloadable content and expansion packs, not necessarily the content within them, but if it's the model of you pay £20 for a season pass and you get 4 expansion packs plus loads of little mini goodies to go with that, I think that's a good thing. I don't think that's a bad thing. As long as the main game also has a ton of content, I am happy. I am happy with that, and I mean, those are just my general thoughts. So that's it for this video. If you disagree, let me know in the comment section. If you agree, let me know in the comment section. What are your thoughts? Give me intelligent responses, I think, is the best way I can phrase that, because a lot of people just kind of scream abuse. And they're kind of just like, oh, you're an idiot, microtransactions are shit, and it's like, well, you've no reasoning. Like, people, like, if you're gonna comment on my video, something disagreeing with me, at least give reasoning so we can have a debate and have an not necessarily an argument, but a debate about it in the comment section, because it's always good to get conversation going. Respect everyone else's opinions in the comment section, try not to abuse each other. Let's just be respectful, have debates, talk about our different opinions on microtransactions and things like that. But these are just my opinions. So again, thank you guys for joining me. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!